Good morning. Yesterday we read about Rosie Revere, engineer, and at the back of the book, we talked about the fact that she was wearing this little red scarf throughout the story, and her Aunt Rose also had a scarf on like that in her pictures as well. And then at the back of the book, we stopped and we talked about this little picture character of Rosie and how this represented Rosie the Riveter, the scarf-wearing fictional character whose slogan was, "We can do it." So I wanted you to know that this is that during World War II, this was a very, very, very famous poster. And it represented all of the women who had to go to work because men were away in the war, fighting the war, and jobs still needed to get done in the United States. So women stepped up and took and learned how to do these jobs. And during that time, it wasn't like a lot of women worked outside of the home back then, like your moms do now. And so these women went to work, and some went into factories, and they wore this little symbol of this little scarf that looked polka dotty because it represented that we women can do any job if someone gives us an opportunity, and the slogan, "We can do it." So this is a picture of who the fictional character Rosie Riveter was. And I'm sharing this with you today because your reading is about Rosie Riveter. And I want you to see that this is a picture of it. And it says here, Rosie Riveter is a fictional character. It was made up during World War II. This was a symbol of all the women who took on new jobs during the war to help the country while the men were away. Okay, so it says here, who is Rosie Riveter? You need to answer that. Tell me a little bit about it. What did women do before World War II? It will tell you in here. Before World War II, women swam in the ocean. I'm not going to tell you because it's in there. And what did women do during? So before the war and then during the war. So those are all three questions that need to be answered in complete sentences. The next part of your reading today is you do not have to do all 6 of these today. I only want you to do 3. I want you to read the definition for an engineer as a person who designs or builds engines, machines, or systems. Would you like to be an engineer? Would you like to build engines, machines, or systems? Why or why not? Perplexed. They use that word an awful lot in our story yesterday about how Rosie was perplexed. It means she was completely confused. She was baffled. So let me see if I can even find where it said that she was confused. Right here. It says, "You did it! Hooray! It's perfect first try. This great flop is over. It's time for the next." Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, and perplexed. Remember this part of our story where she didn't understand how her aunt had laughed at her, but yet then told her, "Oh, I'm so glad you had your first attempt and it didn't work." So perplexed is being very confused, and Rosie was very confused a lot. It says, what is something that confuses you? And then thrill. A thrill is a sudden feeling of excitement. Name 3 things that are thrilling or exciting for you. So you just have to do those 3 today, along with your Rosie the Riveter paper right here. And actually, I think I'm going to have you do 4 of these. Do 4 of these inventions. If you could create an invention, what would it be? So you do all 4 of these and then do these 3 questions. Okay? All right, boys, I know you're going to do a great job. Thank you.